Hello and welcome to another video, and today I'm happy to finally review Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. So this is a ground up remake of the original Tony Hawk and the original Tony Hawk's Pro Skater sequel, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Both of these games have got an amazing, significant visual upgrade, rebuilt from the ground up in the Unreal 4 engine, and it supports HDR. I'm not exactly sure what the resolutions are on the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. I want to say the PS4 Pro runs at 2K resolution or 1440p, and I think the Xbox version runs at 1800p. I could be wrong. You can go check Digital Foundry. I'm sure they have a breakdown of it. Tony Hawk for me is an incredibly special franchise because for me it really got me into skateboarding and specifically BMX biking when I discovered skateboarding just wasn't something I was ever going to be able to do. But I did a lot of BMX biking as a kid, as a middle schooler, and kind of into high school as well. And specifically Tony Hawk 2, which I have my original PlayStation copy right here. It holds a special place in my heart. It's not only one of the greatest games of all time, and as you guys can see, my copy's really beat up because I played the hell out of this. But it's also the last birthday gift that one of my grandmas ever got me before they passed away. So it holds significant sentimental value to me as well. I freaking love Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. So for me, a ground up remake is such an incredible proposition. And I'm happy to report on the other side, playing countless hours of the remake this past weekend since its release, it is flawless. Almost to a T how perfect of a remake this is. I have one gripe only with this, and we'll get to it. I also wanted to note here that I actually picked up the special collector's edition. I don't know how well this is going to work in the shot. That comes with a full skateboard deck. I believe it doesn't have the trucks or the wheels. It's just the deck itself, and then it comes with the physical copy of the game as well as the digital deluxe content that you can download as well. But fantastic, super happy to have this. Honestly, because I got a digital copy on PS4, I don't know if I'm going to open this yet. We'll see. I might leave this sealed. I don't know yet. But I had to have it. So what can I say about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2? It is a near flawless remake of those first two original games. It has pretty much all the songs you remember, and normally this wouldn't be a huge deal with a game, but the music plays such an important aspect to this franchise. It was really important to have those core songs like Superman by Goldfinger, or No Cigar by Millencolin, or Heavy Metal Winter by Consumed. You know, these core songs are the songs that everybody remembers. Guerrilla Radio by Rage Against the Machine. I mean, humongous songs that were in Tony Hawk 1 and 2. Thankfully, they got pretty much all the songs you would want back onto this soundtrack, and then they've added a lot of songs. What I'll say briefly here is the songs they added, I don't really care for that much. And my one gripe with this game is the audio quality for the music, I think, is bad. What I resulted in doing, it's 2020, and anybody that has Spotify can do this. I actually went online and I created an Ultimate Pro Skater soundtrack that I just play over this game. And it, integration with the PlayStation, the Xbox, and Spotify is super solid. So I will play that playlist. That playlist I've created has music from that I liked personally from every extreme sports game from the early 2000s. So not just Tony Hawk 1 and 2, but I got music from Dave Mirra, I got music from Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX, I got music from Aggressive Inline, just the core games that came out through that whole kind of like big explosion of extreme sports games that I remember specifically, I've added to this playlist, and I just play that over. I've even added a couple new tracks as well. But that's my only gripe, and the sound quality streaming from Spotify I feel is better than the sound quality of the music tracks that were put in this game. That's my literal only gripe with this remake. Everything else is just incredible. It feels exactly how the game felt 20 years ago. It plays exactly how the game played 20 years ago. There's nothing here that I could really stand and say, oh man, I wish they didn't do that. They even have a multiplayer mode online here. It kind of resembles, and I'm going to get a little hate for saying this, but Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5's online, where you kind of be dumped into a lobby, and then it cycles through like different modes. And it can be anything from like do a bunch of crazy tricks or build up a combo. Who can build up the biggest combo? And usually everything's in 2 minutes. The thing I'll say here is, as someone who played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 and hated it because of its online component, the online component in this remake is not a hindrance at all. It actually works, and it works extremely well. And I've enjoyed the little bit I've played of that component of this game, but I've basically just been running through the game as Bucky Lasik, my favorite skater from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. And I've just been doing all the different goals and replaying the levels and just having a blast with it. Every single level looks jaw-dropping how much time and effort they put into recreating these environments. The thing I'll say too is it almost feels like a remake, but also these skaters revisiting these environments from 20 years ago. It almost reminds me of The Force Awakens in the sense that you have these original skaters that have come back. You actually play as Tony Hawk as his current age. You don't play as Tony Hawk from 20 years ago. You have a string of new skaters as well, like current popular ones, including Tony Hawk's son and whatnot. And what's cool about the game is they're all in there. So it's almost like you're revisiting these levels 20 years later. My favorite remade level in the entire collection is, of course, the mall. And the reason I love and appreciate it so much is the attention to detail. And I feel like the developers looked at it today and be like, hey, malls are kind of a thing of the past. As someone behind the scenes who watches a lot of dead mall videos and a lot of YouTube content surrounding that, because I have a general interest in urban exploration and dead malls, this is a fantastic level, because what they did was they basically said, hey, what if this mall still existed 20 years later, but it's run down, it's decrepit, it's abandoned? And that's basically what this level has become. It's the same exact level from 20 years ago, but it's now brought to you in this light of a decrepit, rundown mall that no longer exists. And their levels do kind of share this redesign thought process, but then when you look at some of the other levels as well, they, you know, look and feel the same as they did 20 years ago. And that's the best part about this game. You can play this game and it's exactly how you remember it from 20 years ago. And that's the biggest compliment I can give to Vicarious Visions for their extended work on this collection. You know, they've already done great work this generation with Spyro and with Crash Bandicoot. And here they've really done just a fantastic job with bringing Tony Hawk 1 and 2 back. I have nothing else negative to say about it. I've just been in love with it this entire weekend. That's all I've done is play Tony Hawk, and I feel like I did 20 years ago, just playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater all the time. So for a grade, I'm giving this game an A-. The only thing that knocks it down is, again, I think the sound quality. I know I'm kind of an audio snob behind the scenes, but I do think the audio quality of the sound of specifically the music put in this game is kind of bad. Everything else said, it's a near flawless remake, and I can't stress enough. This game came out at $40 too, and I feel like it has more value than a lot of $60 games that have come out this year. It's easily a very high contender for Game of the Year for me, and I think it is to Tony Hawk what the Resident Evil 2 remake last year is to Resident Evil 2. It's that good. I can't stress enough. Go out and get Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. If you've never played these games, this is the best place you could possibly start with this franchise as well. And just overall, it's a fantastic experience. A- is my final score. I'm curious to know, have you guys been playing it? Do you like it? Are you enjoying it? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, until next time.